welcome back to Human Being Soul Forever. Here I have a timeless reading for you. So anytime that you're watching this will be able to resonate with you. Yeah, because it's more so focused on whatever the message that is coming through, um, the current energy and time that we're in right now that I'm doing the reading is Mercury retrograde. So if you do resonate with the reading, it could possibly be because this energy is still affecting you or influencing you in some type of way. But again, if you're gravitated towards this reading, most likely it's for you. I will be pulling for your past, present, and future, so the energy surrounding those, as well as what your current challenge is and what's coming in for you that you may or may not be aware of. All right. So, with that being said, we're going to start with an affirmation card that's going to tell me what your overall energy of the reading is, and let's do that. Oh, got two for you. Okay. So, first one is divine timing. Everything is timing, and timing is everything. Gladly, I release my concern over timing, and I let things happen when and as they will. I trust that divine schedule makers know what they're doing. It can take a long time to reach divine middle management. That's how that looks. And your other one is get centered. When it gets to be too much, whatever it is, I choose to close my eyes and return to my center. My center, I have the wisdom and the tranquility of your favorite animal, so choose one. Holding a magical item, so choose that. And floating through space on a piece of furniture of your choice. So, what this is really talking about is I really associate timing with Capricorn, right? Because your planet is Saturn, and Saturn is all about timing and reality and karma, and what we put in is what we get out. So this is I just did the reading before you for Libra, which is your fellow cardinal sign. So both are similar to this aspect of being cardinal and always ready to go, 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 and move, move, move. So it's very difficult, especially during this time like Mercury retrograde, where we are experiencing the need to kind of set back and reflect and retrograde, right? Retro is all about reversing and going back to something and figuring out what it is, what's the meaning behind it, what's the truth. And it also feeling and very difficult and very hard for us to move forward towards things that we really want to do, right? So this is talking about not pushing yourself so much to really get things done if they're out of the timing, out of the alignment of what is really needed to be focused on right now. And if things are moving too slowly, learning how to accept, learning how to be patient, because that's the only way that you're truly going to get to this place of abundance that you're seeking. You can't force, you can't rush. And as much power as we do have as co creators, we are in charge of our lives. We are creating, along with God, the divine, to bring our lives to a certain way that we want it to be. There's still a bigger purpose, there's still a bigger energy around us that contradicts sometimes what we personally want to do. And we have to be able to accept that and to then focus on the thing that we can at the moment. And getting centered is about when those things do seem to get very overwhelming. When we feel like we can't really go on, or just our emotions are out of whack, or we just feel off, or mentally we just feel like we're all over the place. Is really learning how to, if you don't already know how to get centered, to breathe, to know how to really calm yourself and get into yourself and back to that inner balance, because nothing productive comes from you being emotionally, mentally, and physically, um, you know, all over the place. You have to be able to focus and focus on the things that you really want to, in order for it to manifest into anything. Okay. So, with that being said, we're going to see what your current challenge is. All right, we have moving on. This is the Six of Swords in this deck. And we have the crown chakra. So your past is talking about this sense of you really moving away from, again, difficult waters, difficult times, instability, unbalance, this sense of not being centered, this sense of not being grounded, and moving into the light, moving into something that seems and looks better. It's brighter, it's happier, it's more freeing. But it may also feel like a bit of unknownness. It may feel like you're not really sure what it is. But simply in those times like this, like Mercury retrograde, that happens often, right? Um, we're so just confused and concerned about what our mind and our emotions are telling us in this moment that, really focusing on anything else in the future, um, becomes very bleak because we no longer really know what that is anymore. But what this is talking about is really understanding that whatever it is, it's going to be better for you. So that's one. But two, to also know that you have to be able to let go and trust. And I know cardinal signs, and specifically Capricorn, they love control. They love being in charge of their life. They love knowing what's to come and planning. But that could put you in such a disadvantage when it comes time for you to do something new. Um, and you will start seeing things reflected in your reality that things are going wrong, and you know what I'm saying. Your car breaks down, or you can't talk to that certain person, or you don't get that certain message from that job, or anything like that. That really makes you have to be very centered in yourself because you now feel uncertain because it's something that you really really want, or it's something that you were really really going to use to get something that you did want, but now it's an issue there that's not allowing that to be what it used to be. So crown chakra is talking about you really being aware in the past, keeping in mind this is your past, near past, recent past, that you have this sense of awareness. You've been having these constant synchronicities. You've been having this constant sense of messages coming through to you. You've been maybe feeling the need to connect more spiritually, connect more deeply. Pay attention to the non physical because Capricorn, being an earth sign, you're very focused on reality and the physicality most of the time. But what this year has been teaching you, and especially what last year definitely has taught you and all of us, is this sense of trusting something that is beyond us all because reality is literally falling apart from what we've known it to be. And we have to let that happen in order for this newness to come. Trusting and believing that whether we know exactly what it is or not, that it's better. But this is talking about based on you reflecting during this time of the Mercury retrograde, or like I said, whenever you're watching this video, and needing reflection, is to look through those things, look through your past to really figure out what you personally do want to create, and then creating a structure and a plan for that, and then being patient and doing what you can to progress it forward. But when things get in a way that says you can't, accepting that as well. All right, and then your present, where you currently, right now, we have material harvest. This is the Nine of Pentacles. We have firm foundation. This is the Four of Pentacles, and we have the Nine of Cups, which is fulfillment of wishes in this deck. So presently, you're receiving abundance of some kind, whether this is from some type of assistance financially, whether this is some type of inheritance, or something that you put work in the past. I really feel like you are able to um, receive the rewards and the benefits from that now. This could also mean that you're really just focused on your own stability, your own sense of abundance, and really trying to focus on your work and really trying to focus on feeling good and stable and grounded. And we do have the Four of Pentacles after that. So you're really trying to maintain your stable foundation, what you have in your life, and just focusing on the basics. This is also about getting grounded if you don't feel like you are. because then we have the Nine of Cups. This is, you have two nines here, the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. This is really about self satisfaction, self stability, and self emotional fulfillment, fulfillment of your wishes. Because this is something that you really want to manifest in your life, but you feel as though that's really what you just want to feel emotionally good. I think that's the feeling that I'm really getting. We'll clarify exactly what the Nine of Cups means for you. Okay. So for you, clarifying the Nine of Cups, we have the Magician and Judgment. So this is talking about you really making a decision to manifest something new in your life. You feeling this urge, this need for something to change, and for you to believe that you have the power to get to this new start in your life. But it's requiring a different skill. It's requiring not a skill of physical movement. It's requiring a spiritual skill. It's requiring a spiritual strength. It's requiring a belief in what you want to see. It's requiring you to imagine and create a new thought, a new belief, a new vision of what you want, and starting to believe more in, like I said, the intangible, the non-physical, than the physical thing that you can do. That has its limitations, just because that's what it was made to be, a limitation of what we can manifest and produce with our mind and our imagination. Reality is beautiful, and a lot of things have been created, but what sparked that creativity, what is the thing that comes before the thing being made, is the inspiration, is the idea, is the sense of um, desire for something to be. And that's where you need to be with this crown chakra energy, is in that space of really figuring out something new and trusting more in your vision, and knowing that you have the power to manifest, because these are two major cards. These are major arcana cards. This is not light energy. This is really talking about you making a very important decision in your life, awakening, waking up to the truth. And the Magician is really talking about believing in your power as a creator, your power as um, your imagination being something that produces the life that you want to manifest. But you have to be in tune and tapped in and trust that aspect of you in the divine, in God, and spirit. If you don't, then your life, and if you're too focused on reality, if you're too focused on what you lost, if you're too focused on what is reality right now, it will keep on digging you deeper instead of setting you free, which is what this Magician, imagination, inspiration, creativity of this energy will bring you. And then you also have the Wheel of Fortune, and then the Seven of Wands. So the Wheel of Fortune is talking about, again, cycles ending and beginning. This being something that is beyond you, that is occurring. This is another major arcana card. As much as we do control in our life, we don't control time. We don't control how other things outside of us are going. We can't control anything but how we are, what we're focusing on, and how we react to things. So you can react out of aggression when something doesn't go your way. You can act out of impatience. You can act out of anger or sadness or remorse or stuck in the past, or you could act out of this awareness that things are changing and acceptance. You can act out of the sense of, okay, I'm not satisfied with what currently is, so what can I do? What will I like to see? And what can I start putting my energy into? We can control those things, but it all derives from self, and it all derives from our belief and our ability to manifest and create. It manifests from our awareness of needing to pay attention to signs that it's alerting us that we need to change. And it's also alerting us to this sense of standing our ground with this Seven of Wands. Um, when obstacles come our way, just like these wands are coming towards him, he's able to defend himself because he has a strong spiritual strength. He has a strong awareness. Crown chakra is all about the higher awareness, the tap in energy. is actually right here. It says, I am connected to the divine source of the universe. I am light and I trust. It's really all about trust with that. Trusting your power, trusting the divine source, trusting the fact that light is always coming at the dark, trusting that as long as you follow with your heart and your truth, that you will always manifest abundance and more and more and more. But if you are too focused on the other side of the spectrum, where in this case, they're all beneficial in their own right, but in this case, being too focused on reality isn't going to do anything much for you but make you feel like you are stagnant and stuck. But what you do focus on is how to make that reality stable for yourself, how to have a firm foundation no matter what's going on around you. And from that, being able to focus on how to turn your dreams into reality and your imagination into reality. Okay. And then for the near future, what do we have for you? Got throat chakra, emotional loss, two fives, and the light, which is the sun in this deck. So, definitely some change has happened in your life recently that really made you have to admit and confess your unsatisfaction with it. I really feel like this throat chakra card, this is all about our communication. This is talking about not feeling or feeling the need rather to really communicate our truth and how we really feel and live in our truth. This actually says, I am aligned with my highest truth and I communicate this with love and honor. And my words echo softly within the universe or throughout the universe, within the universe. So, what this means is you knowing your truth, you knowing what you stand for yet again, and staying in this truth, but with love, not with defense of anger and frustration and sadness. Like I said, I mean, don't get me wrong, feel your feelings, especially if you have experienced an emotional loss, or you're just not feeling emotionally well. This is the Five of Cups. So, this is you really having a hard time getting over something that is emotionally difficult for you and feeling emotionally stable. But this is also talking about you focusing on what isn't working and what is sad instead of you focusing on the opportunity, the new opportunity that you do have. And that's exactly what this light sun card is talking about. This is happy times. This is success. This is confidence. This is peace. This is you getting to a much lighter and brighter aspect of your life that you probably can't see or have a difficult time seeing, especially if you're in the energy and too busy focusing on what isn't working. Um, let's clarify this throat chakra and emotional loss. Okay, so for throat chakra, clarifying this, we have the Five of Swords, the Six of Pentacles, and the Star. So with the Five of Swords, I feel like this is either you being in this energy where you felt like You had to manipulate and take something in order to make something happen, but now realizing that it's much better to share and be in this more reciprocal giving energy, or this you feeling like somebody was taking from you. I get this energy that you felt like something was unfair. It's just not fair that something happened, um, that you lost something, lost someone, or was taken advantage of in some type of way. But what this is saying is that focus less on that. Um, of course, put up your proper boundaries and whatever if something or someone did do that to you. But with this, star is really letting go. As you can see, she's pouring water out back into the body of water, and she's also pouring water onto her land to nourish herself. So this is, and what I love about it too is she's completely naked, and the throat chakra is about the truth. So this is being just completely authentically raw about your truth, speaking and saying exactly how you feel, and but more importantly, like I say, living from your truth and understanding that, use this time to let go of no matter what happened, whatever happened. Let it be what it is in the past, and you focus on nourishing yourself because there's so much light. This is wish fulfillment. This is the star is wishing upon a star. This is you being able to receive your abundance, being able to receive your dream if you are focused on it. But if you're not and you're too busy focusing on what you've lost, you won't even see the opportunity. You won't even see the star pass in order for you to make the wish and to receive it. Okay. And then with the emotional loss, we were clarified by the Five of Cups is clarified by the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Fool. So with this, I get a strong energy about moving forward. Like I say, moving forward with your truth, because this is talking about our mind and our communication. So moving forward, communicating, confessing, and living from the truth, and our mental being aligned with that. And then the Knight of Pentacles, which is energy that I'm sure you're very familiar with. It's earth energy, it's pentacle energy, it's focusing on reality, building slowly but surely. So really focusing on what you want this new reality, this new sense of life, or this new thing you're focusing on to be, and putting in the work every day, or putting in the work consistently, and whatever's consistent to you, to make sure that you are focusing and manifesting on that. But notice these are moving forward. These are being humbled in this energy of needing to start at the base level, starting at the ground level, where I know as a Capricorn you may feel like I don't want to go back in order to go forward. But this really isn't going back as much as it is letting go, like I say, of the past, and looking at right now with what you have and what you got and what you want, and putting in the energy in order to manifest that. In the Fool, this is a major arcana card coming out to say that you will feel so free, you'll feel so light, you'll feel so abundant when you're finally able to move forward in that type of way. Um, this is really talking about letting go. Again, he's literally just traveling with a light bag, a stick, and his dog, and he's barely paying attention to what he's doing. Um, this is being so free within yourself that you don't need to really, carry anything with you. Again, baggage from the past, anything that is keeping you stuck. If it is physical possessions, if it is anything like that that you really are just ready to let go and move on to, this card is alerting you that you will be supported in that process. And this is the true freedom. This is what you're wanting to experience in your life, but you have to be willing to let go of things that just don't serve you, that is clogging up your energy and your space. All right. And then we're going to end off with the Goddess Oracle card for your closing message. So, Spirit, what is a closing message for our Cappies, our Capricorns? So for you, closing message is divine passion. Be honest with yourself. What is your heart's true desire? Boom, bow. This is really talking about you starting to trust, like I said, your heart, starting to trust those intangibles, starting to trust your imagination, starting to trust your creative energy, and making sure that you're following that at all times. Because if you're not, unhappiness is inevitable to come behind you following paths and doing things that aren't truly aligned with what makes you happy at your core. And of course, this means that, not just dropping everything that brings you stability and provides you the life that you're living, if it's working for you. But this is talking about really making sure that if you're not already, putting more energy into the things that you are passionate and interested in as well, and giving that just as much as respect and time and energy as you can, as you do the other thing that just brings you in money or stability or finances or whatever that is in your life. Making sure that you are coming from your true heart space to receive the things that would truly make you happy. All right, Capricorn. So I really hope this message resonates with you. Please let me know and comment in the comment section. I'd love to start a dialogue there and see what you guys are thinking. And with nothing more to say, I'll see you next video.